What's up, attackers? I'm here with George with Square Enix. We're here to talk about Nosgoth, and in particular, we're here to talk about the two new classes coming to the game, which is the Deceiver and the Prophet. Now, you work with like their lore.
That's right.
And all about these two classes. So some of the lore for the Prophet.
So the Prophet's a very interesting character. She carries one of the only links directly from the Blood Omen era all the way through to Nosgoth, which is several thousand years later. She is drawn from a sect that was cast out of Avernus Cathedral when, if anyone who's played the original Blood Omen games remembers Cain going into Avernus Cathedral and taking out one of the Pillar Guardians there called Azimuth, who had taken over the place and turned her followers into demon worshippers and had enslaved the town and summoned demons. Anyway, so the prophets were a sect that had disagreed with Azimuth and had fled and gone into hiding. And over the course of several centuries, had passed knowledge on down the ages, and thanks to Cain's disappearance in the era where the game is set, certain magical enchantments around particular items within the game world, for specifically blood fountains, which hasn't been seen in Legacy of Kain games since the original Blood Omen. They're now able to utilize the poisonous black blood that's in these blood fountains once they've been imbibed, and use them as weapons against vampires. So she's a very cool, mystical class. However, they use pistols, which is quite cool. The technology used that allowed them to construct these pistols was given to them in one of the prophets in visions. No one really knows, although we know. no one really knows where these visions originated from, and we're really looking forward to seeing what the fans speculate as to the origins. But yeah, no, she's very cool. She's very angry. As I say, she is one of the very few human classes who has had knowledge passed down down the ages from the original era.
We are with Corey, game director, Psyonix, and we are talking about the two newest classes in Nosgoth, the Deceiver and the Prophet. So now let's talk a little bit about the Prophet and how the Prophet plays.
So the Prophet, we really wanted her to be, and George talked a little bit about this really sort of freaky, dark, dual pistol wielding hag, basically. Just
Hag's a good word.
Yeah, we hadn't seen that. We hadn't played as that too much, and there's been a focus on the humans aren't the good guys in this game. The vampires aren't the bad guys. It's much more gray. They're both kind of nasty, and we thought she really epitomized that because she's running around with shooting black blood at people, and she's kind of disgusting occasionally. And we wanted to introduce some more support abilities with her. We've had a lot of feedback from like the alchemist can throw down a healing bomb, and people really took to some of the support type characters, and we wanted to do that more, but with a twist and make it sort of dark. Or she has a heal where she can channel life into a teammate, but it hurts her. So you're basically sacrificing, trading your life for theirs, but then you can maybe leech it back from a vampire. She can summon. We're going with these really nasty effects for her. She can basically conjure this area of effect curse, and there's like black smoky tentacles that come out of the earth, and any vampires that run through it take damage, and you heal a percentage of that.
Nice.
So she's all about just like curses and support and disabling people, and it's really sort of nasty crowd control damage type ability.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta have supports in a game like that. So definitely people do like to play that support role. So it's giving. Rather than just always DPS, always taking damage. That's kind of cool.
Well, and part of it is Nosgoth doesn't really have. It's not as we don't really have room for a pure support like you'd see in something like League of Legends, where it's just I run around and shield people and heal people because everyone on your team needs to carry their weight damage-wise, and we don't want to create a character that's just a pure support. They need to have that damage potential.
Different smaller elements that can support.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. What is your favorite one of her skills?
I really like that curse with the tentacles. And we have a pretty cool skill she has called Banish Shot. So we have the concept that she has these pistols. She can sort of hex the bullets she's shooting to have magical properties. And she has one called Banish Shot that actually sort of takes the vampire out of the fight for a few seconds. but they're basically phased out of, you know, the normal plane of existence, so they don't take damage while that's happening. So it's like if a tyrant's coming in and I don't want to deal with him right now, I can knock him out of the fight, but it's not like from his perspective, he's not completely helpless dying. He's just basically crowd control.
So it's just a disable crowd control.
Yeah. Okay. But it's kind of a cool thing. It feels good to do. You see them like fade out. It's satisfying. Shoot them with a pistol. Yeah.
Like, sorry, you're not going to do anything for a few seconds.
You're shut down.
Right. So that was a quick look at Nosgoth. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, and also check out Nosgoth in the closed beta now. We'll put a link in the description below.
What's up, Attack? I'm Sky, and today I have this Hitchhiker's Guide to Tamriel. I have this compendium of information on the Elder Scrolls Online that I think new players, and maybe even a lot of veteran players, are going to really enjoy. I personally have dived into all of these different links, and yes, they all check out, they're all really good, but the game is still new, so hey, if you want to start up the game, go through these guides, play the game a little bit, become